What's up, network marketing leaders? Hey, welcome back to our game-changing series on Raymond Hollywell's Working with the Law. Today, we're diving into chapter 10, which is the law of sacrifice. This is a chapter that will actually separate, the top 1% from everyone else in network marketing. So, if you've ever sat back and wondered why some people build million-dollar organizations while others struggle to sponsor their first person, it all comes down to understanding sacrifice. But here's the twist, okay? We're not talking about giving up what you love. We're talking about giving up what you want now for what you want most, okay? So this episode is going to completely shift how you think about building your network marketing empire. We're going to reveal the strategic sacrifices that actually create generational wealth and the costly mistakes that keep most people broke. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button because this is a big mindset shift and it can actually transform you from a struggling distributor into a network marketing legend. Now, let's get real about network marketing, okay? Every top earner I know has made strategic sacrifices that the average person is not willing to make. But here's what Raymond Hollywell teaches that most people miss. Sacrifice isn't about suffering, okay? It's about trading something good for something great. Think about it. When you sacrifice your Thursday night Netflix binge to attend a training call, you're not losing something, right? You're gaining the knowledge that can generate 6 figures annually. When you sacrifice that expensive vacation to reinvest in your business and personal development, you're not missing out. You're positioning yourself for a lifetime of luxury. So, think about this. It's the instant gratification trap, okay? One of the biggest challenges in network marketing is that we live in an instant gratification society. People want to build 6-figure businesses while still living a 6-figure lifestyle from day one. They want the results of a full-time business while maintaining part-time habits. So Raymond Hollywell, he actually explains that the law of sacrifice demands that you give up immediate pleasures for long-term gains. This means sacrificing comfort for growth, entertainment for education, and temporary pleasures for permanent success. Here's where most network marketers, they get it wrong. They see money spent on business building as an expense rather than an investment. It's a mindset shift. So they'll spend, $200 on a dinner out, but then they'll complain about a $200 training course that could literally transform their business. Top earners, they understand that every dollar invested in personal development, every hour spent on skill building, every social event skipped for business activities is a sacrifice that compounds into massive returns over time. So based on studying millionaire network marketers, I've identified some key sacrifices that create breakthrough successes. There are what we call level 1 sacrifices. So giving up unproductive activities for business building activities makes total sense, right? Instead of scrolling on social media for entertainment, you use it for prospecting. Instead of watching TV, you're listening to personal development. Instead of sleeping in, you may be doing a morning prospecting call. Then level 2 is the comfort zone sacrifice. This is where most people quit. You sacrifice the comfort of staying small for the discomfort of growth. You make calls even when you're scared. You approach prospects even when you might face rejection. You speak from a stage even when your knees are shaky, right? This is where all people start, but you need to break through that to get to that next level. Level 3 is social sacrifice. So sometimes you have to sacrifice relationships with people who don't support your dreams. You might miss social events to attend company conventions or lose friends who don't understand this vision. It's painful, but it's necessary for massive growth. Level 4 is the lifestyle sacrifice. So temporarily living below your means so you can eventually live way above your wildest dreams. Driving the older car longer so you can reinvest in your business. Living in a smaller place so you can fund your expansion. Skipping expensive vacations so you can afford coaching and training. All right? And then level 5 is the identity sacrifice. So this is the deepest level, sacrificing who you've been to become who you need to be. Giving up that victim mentality or for leadership thinking or sacrificing small thinking for abundance consciousness. releasing those limiting beliefs about what's possible for someone like you. Here's what's really amazing about the law of sacrifice in network marketing, okay? The sacrifices that you make early, they actually compound into massive returns later. The evening sacrifice to make one extra prospect call might result in recruiting your next leader, or the weekend you sacrifice for a company event might connect you with your next six-figure earner, right? So, here's my proven system for using sacrifice strategically to actually accelerate your network marketing success, all right? 90-day sprint sacrifice. Choose 90 days to go all in your business. Sacrifice entertainment, social activities, comfort zone behaviors especially. Focus every spare moment on income-producing activities. So this concentrating sacrifice, it often creates breakthrough momentum that can really last for years, all right? Then, I want you to sacrifice 10% of your current income to invest in books, courses, coaching, and events. Might mean cutting some other expenses, but the knowledge and skills that you gain are going to multiply your income many, many times over. Now let's talk about the morning sacrifice. So sacrifice an extra hour of sleep to gain an hour of focused business building every single morning. This one sacrifice alone, getting up an hour earlier, can add 365 hours of productivity to your year. So social media sacrifice, instead of using it for entertainment, sacrifice the fun scrolling and use every minute for business building. This transforms your biggest time waster into your most powerful prospecting tool. Sacrifice the need to have everything perfect before you start. Take massive imperfect action rather than waiting for perfect conditions. This sacrifice of perfectionism accelerates your learning curve very, very dramatically. Now, Raymond Hollywell teaches that sacrifice creates a vacuum that the universe must fill. When you sacrifice lesser things, greater things flow into your life. When you sacrifice immediate gratification, you create space for long-term abundance. So in MLM or network marketing building, this means every sacrifice you make for your business, it creates an opening for success to enter, right? The prospect call you make instead of watching TV, it might connect you with your next diamond. The training you attend instead of sleeping in might give you the skill that doubles your income. So, I've seen countless network marketers who have transformed their lives through this strategic sacrifice process. Jen, she sacrificed her daily Starbucks habit, which was quite significant, to invest in personal development. And that investment led to skills that generated over $200,000 in her business. Jay, he sacrificed playing golf every Saturday to do home meetings. That resulted in building a team of over 5,000 people. Lisa, she sacrificed girls' night out for 2 years to focus on building her business. Now she earns more in a month than she used to make in a year and can afford any girls' trip she wants. Now, if you're serious about building your network marketing success, these sacrifices, they're really non-negotiable, okay? You need to sacrifice excuses for action. You need to sacrifice blame for responsibility and sacrifice comfort for growth. Sacrifice immediate pleasure for long-term gain and sacrifice fitting in for standing out. Pay attention to that one, right? I want you to ask yourself, what am I currently unwilling to sacrifice that's keeping me small? Or what would I need to give up to create space for massive success? How is my attachment to comfort preventing breakthrough growth? What sacrifices are successful leaders in my company making or have made that I'm not willing to at this point? Remember, you're either sacrificing now for future successes or you're going to sacrifice future success for present comfort. Choose wisely, okay? So for the next 30 days, I want you to identify one significant sacrifice that you're willing to make for your business. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier or cutting out entertainment expenses to invest in training, or sacrificing social media scrolling for prospecting time. Commit to the sacrifice completely and track the results. You're going to be amazed at how this focused sacrifice can actually accelerate your success. That's Chapter 10 of Raymond Hollywell's Working with the Law, applied to network marketing mastery. So I hope you found some great value out of this. If so, go ahead, once again, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you've enjoyed this series as much as I enjoy giving it. And trust me, I always take stuff out of these trainings that I give, because there are things that I need to improve on too. So my business is consistently growing and growing and growing. I'll see you in the next video.